I'm gonna be testing out not one, not two, but 8 beauty sponges to find the absolute best one. Obviously, we all know and love the Beautyblender. It's used by everyone from makeup artists to everyday makeup wearers, but at $20 a sponge, it is a very expensive tool to buy every few months. Even though makeup is so subjective and it's all about your own experience, I do have some criteria that I plan on judging these sponges on. Blending is obviously my #1 most important thing. It needs to blend well, but I'm also gonna be looking out for the texture of the sponges. I don't want it to be too soft or too firm or soak up a lot of product. And I also wanna make sure that the sponges have a good speed. And by that I mean they blend everything out in a decent amount of time. Since I'm gonna be comparing all these sponges to the Beautyblender, I figured we might as well start with it. So the Beautyblender worked great, just as I expected it to. I've never had an issue with blending when it comes to the Beautyblender, and there was no surprise with how well it worked today. It grew pretty significantly, so I think that helped do everything a lot quicker, blend everything out faster, and I kind of love how it blended everything out. I feel like I see less product soaked up in this sponge than I saw with my Beautyblender, so I am really impressed with this sponge. I loved it. I tried changing my pressure up to see if it would like lighten this sponge beating I was getting, and it just doesn't make me feel any better. I just think the firmness of this sponge is a little much, and because it didn't really expand too much, I did have to spend a little bit more time blending with it. So, don't love the Morphe sponge. Because it is firm, I did have to go over certain spots a little bit more, but in the end, I think the overall effect looks great. Everything looks blended and fine. It was pretty fast too. I felt like I didn't have to take too much time to fix the problem areas, so that's a plus. The sponge is just, it's not what it used to be. I feel like it soaks up a lot of product. Yeah, it's just not my favorite. It took a while to blend, and I still feel like it's not as well blended as I wanted it to be. So yeah, this one's just, it's not my favorite. I love how much it expands when you get it wet. The texture is so soft. It's not too soft to the point where it's just soaking everything up. It blends everything out beautifully. It was really fast. I just love this sponge. This is a great sponge. This shape sucks. And it's also making my hand tired. I'm confused. It was a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be. I just don't like the texture. It didn't blend extremely well, and I had to go over so many spots, like over and over and over again. Ugh! This is just a really good drugstore sponge. I feel like the texture of it is really nice. It blended everything out great, because I feel like I still see most of the product on my face. It didn't shear it out too much, so I really like this one too. My top pick for the best all-around beauty sponge is the Japonesque Papa Wonder Blender. Yay! Why? I'll tell you why. Oh, I'll tell you why. I have a lot of reasons for picking this sponge as the best one out of all the sponges I tried out today. It just ticked every single box for me. It blends beautifully. It expands to a great size for some speedy blending. And on top of that, it's really soft and gentle on the face without soaking up every single drop of product. And just the literal icing on the cake is that the sponge is only $1.55. For one beauty blender, you could get about 13 of these Paw Paw Wonder Blenders. I'm going for that. The L'Oreal Infallible Blend Artist Foundation Blender was my very close second to that Paw Paw sponge. Beautyblender did get third place out of all the rest of the sponges, but I feel like at this point it's a matter of personal preference. The Beautyblender is a great sponge. I'm not saying that it's not. It's just something that I feel like is out of range for a lot of people. And there are so many sponge alternatives on the market now that I don't think you need to pay that if you can't afford to pay that. You could find something that's just as great and blends your makeup just as well with $1. This is so good. The sponge is so good. What else is there to say about this sponge?